Hello and welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, we are going to look at idioms related to sports. Idioms, of course, are metaphorical or abstract constructions, phrases, clauses, or sentences which are used to convey meaning in an analogous way, as an analogy, sometimes related to an example, sometimes related to a metaphor or an analogy. This is like that. Some idioms are similes. He's as fat as a cow. Okay, it's very idiomatic. Clearly, many idioms in English are used in an exaggerated fashion. He's as fat as a cow. Well, I guess that is physically possible. It's just very rare. Yeah, okay, so this idiom would be very much an exaggeration. Today, we're looking at idioms which are derived from sports. Lots of idioms derive from, for example, boxing or from baseball. It's interesting that many idioms have found a place in the English language because they come from sports which were popular many years ago, 50, 60, 70 years ago. Lots of idioms for boxing, for example. Boxing is still, of course, popular in many places, but not nearly as popular as it was many, many years ago. Anyway, hello, Alexandra. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. And hello to Vu. Hi, Vu.
Hi, teacher.
How are
How are
you?
you, teacher? I'm okay.
Oh, I'm doing pretty well.
Uh, it's hot in Philippines.
Not really. Actually, it's the last couple of days have been rainy, very cloudy, very dark,
Oh,
relatively cool.
wow.
I think it's official, Vu. The rainy season has arrived. So,
Mm,
which
yes.
which is actually kind of good because it means it's not so hot. But yeah, but it is humid. Definitely very humid, very damp outside. Okay. Today we're gonna look at idioms, specifically idioms that are related to sports. Uh, we will do this by I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna do a screen share with you, and we're gonna look at some fill in the blank exercises. See if you guys can figure out the idioms, and then talk about them, clarify them, or talk about any related expressions or idioms, as well as maybe we'll talk a little bit about it. It's always interesting to see if you have also similar idioms in your language. Daniel, before I do that, let me say hello to Daniel. Hello.
Hello, Clay. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing okay. We're going to take a look at sports idioms, starting with boxing. Daniel, are there any boxing idioms in your language?
Well, I don't know, maybe, but actually we have no famous boxing players, or I don't know how to explain that
Yeah.
here in my country.
Okay. Uh, Definitely boxers. You wouldn't say
Boxers.
boxing players. Boxers are boxers. That's it. They're not. We wouldn't call them players. You actually, and that's interesting. In English, you use players for people who do, mostly for people who do team sports, although not all. And you know, a tennis player is an obvious example. Hockey players, basketball players, football players, they're all players. I guess tennis can be a team if you're playing doubles. But
Yeah,
anyway,
maybe.
maybe. Okay, I'm gonna do a screen share now, and let's see if we can do some fill in the blank exercises and talk about some of these idioms. Okay, we have a list of 5 nouns here, and what I would like you guys to do: read the sentence and see if you can fill in the blank with one of the correct nouns here. I'm going to start with you, Alejandra. Alexandra?
If I take an unfair advantage of you, you could say, that was below the... that was below the belt.
That's right. Very good.
We
So,
have the same expression. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting.
We say something like, it was a punch below the belt.
Okay. Well, that is the idea in English, definitely. We just sort of leave the punch out when we express it. All right, so something below the belt. Obviously, in real boxing, in the actual sport of boxing, to punch someone below the belt or where the belt normally would be on a person is prohibited. Yes, it's very much against the rules. So if somebody does something and we're going to describe it as below the belt, we're meaning that it's something that would be prohibited or is just not acceptable. Right, very good. Quick shout out and a welcome to Ken. Hello, Ken.
Hello, how are you?
Doing okay. And hello, Non.
Hello.
Non,
Hello.
are you vacuuming? Sounds like you're vacuuming, Non.
I can hear you what you say.
Okay, there's a loud sound behind you. Sounds like you're using a vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, please mute yourself, okay, until it's your turn. Please,
Okay.
please. Yes.
Going back to that was below the belt. So, is it something like I just compare with the Russian language? Just a moment. Yeah, I just compare with the Russian language. Does it imply an idea of that was unexpectedly done?
Oh, yeah, okay, that's an excellent question. Thank you. Yes, to some degree, and let me actually clarify maybe by giving a couple examples. If somebody was having an argument with me and then they suddenly said, yeah, well, your wife is ugly. Whoa, that's below the belt. It has, maybe it's an unexpected, maybe it has nothing to do with the real focus of the argument, and attacking the you know, the appearance of someone's wife that's just not socially acceptable. Or talking about someone's mother, even worse. All right, that's definitely hitting below the belt. Sometimes we don't usually say punch, but sometimes we do say hitting below the belt. So yeah, so it's often used in that kind of way. Someone's saying something that is just totally unacceptable. There is an element of surprise, definitely. Yeah. So, I would say yes to that.
Oops. I'm sorry.
Oops. Hi. Yeah,
No, I
okay.
wanted to mute Yan because there was a lot of noise.
Yeah. Yeah, Nan, please stay muted. You've got some very loud noise there, which is very disturbing. Not sure what you're doing or where you are. Nan?
I don't know. I don't know what happening to my computer. It's just having a very noisy. I don't know where it come from.
Okay.
A turbine engine, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Are you at an airport, Nan?
No.
Okay. All right. Seems to be okay now, but in general, it's a good idea to keep your microphone muted when you're not talking, but especially for you today, Nan. I don't know where the noise is coming from, but it comes and goes. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Vu,
Okay, teacher.
you try number 2?
Yes, if I tell you what I think very directly, I won't pull my ropes.
You won't pull your ropes? Whatever you do, don't pull your ropes. Yeah, well, that's not quite it. Hey, I realize you guys are just guessing. Idioms, you really, sometimes you can logic out what might be a possible answer, and sometimes I realize that you're just blindly guessing. So don't worry about it too much. No, Vu, I won't pull my punches.
Punches.
What does that mean? All right, this actually has a very physical meaning. If you pull a punch when you're fighting with someone, it means you pull back. You pull your arm back so that you do not hit them so hard. All right? You're trying to not hit them with your full force. You pull your punch. Literally, you pull it back towards your own body.
That means I read the if clause. They tell someone tell somebody they will talk directly to other person. Why they what does this mean of pull my punches?
Well, okay. So, in other words, think of maybe circumstances where you're talking to your boss. All right? So, if you are talking to your boss and your boss has a really stupid idea, maybe your boss is stupid. Hey, it happens. If you're talking to your boss and you're saying, well, that's a very good idea, sir, but I think maybe what we should do, maybe there's another alternative idea that we could look into. I'm being very polite. I'm pulling my punches. If I'm not pulling my punches, I might say to my boss, well, that's a stupid idea. That's never going to work. That's incredibly retarded, and it's absolutely going to destroy the company. You absolutely can't do that. Okay. Now I'm speaking very directly. So the idiom is I'm not with the negative. I am not pulling my punches. All right.
Hopefully, what about beating around the bush? Is it the same?
Well, it's related, Daniel. Yeah, if you're beating around the bush, you're not coming directly to the point. If you're beating, it's slightly different. If you're beating around the bush, you're not actually talking about the point. If you're pulling your punches, you're talking about the point, but you're doing it in an extremely diplomatic and careful way.
Okay.
Okay.
I get it.
So subtle, slight difference. Very, very good question, though.
And what is more common, negative or positive? Won't pull my punches or I pull my punches?
Excellent question. It is definitely much more common to hear than negative. It is also much more common to hear this not in the first person, as you gave an example, but talking about what somebody else did. All right? So, wow, he didn't pull any punches talking to the boss at the meeting, did he? My goodness. He certainly didn't pull any punches. He let her have it. Okay. So it's possible to say I didn't pull any punches when I talked to the boss. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Most certainly, you're going to hear the negative 90% of the time. It's possible to hear it the other way. Wow, he was really pulling his punches. He really wasn't saying what he should have said. It's possible, but much more likely with the negative. So, very good question.
And he didn't pull any punches or his punches, which is better?
Either both are very okay. Another excellent question. Usually with idioms, you want to be careful to follow the exact sentence structure with the exact words, not using synonyms or negative antonyms. It's usually very important. Sometimes, however, it's possible to change them slightly. Yes, he didn't pull any punches is very common. He didn't pull his punches. I think it's more common to say any, actually. But it's possible here you can see pull my punches, his punches. It's very possible to use a pronoun here, for example. But any is very common, just to use the expression in general. Okay. Whoa. Quickly welcome that loud noise. What is your name? Tam? I'm not sure. You just joined the class? Hello?
Yes. Hello,
Hi.
teacher.
Hi. What is your name again?
My name is Nam.
Nam.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Well, that's convenient. Okay. Nam from Nam. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the class. We'll get back to you in a little bit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Okay, let's continue. We got a lot more to look at here. Daniel, I think you are next in the class. Can you try number 3?
Okay, if you're in a difficult situation, you can say you're on the ropes.
On the ropes, yes, of course. A fighter in a boxing match or kickboxing or any fights, if you're falling back against the ropes, you're in trouble. All right. So if you're on the ropes, you're almost at the end.
We have a pretty similar idiom in Spanish, but it's with tightrope. Like the tightrope, like the tight that the people in the circus use.
Okay. All right. In English we also have an idiom. He's walking a tightrope.
He's walking a tightrope. Okay.
Yeah, meaning to say that someone is in a position where if they lean left or right, they could they could fall. So he's walking a tightrope, or he's walking a thin line. Actually, means the same thing. All right, he's safe where he is, but if he does anything slightly different, he's going to be in big trouble. Yeah, if you're on the ropes, that definitely means that you're you're in big trouble, and you're very close to being defeated. You're very close to ruin. Yeah, if you're not only a person, a company. Oh, his company is on the ropes. That means they're probably very close, a week away from bankruptcy. For example, I could say his company is on the ropes.
If you used up, for example, if you used up a pair of shoes or something like that, you can say this thing is on the ropes. If it is old or is about to be broken or.
Okay, that's an interesting question. These shoes are on the ropes. I don't think you would use it that way. I mean, if you said it's one of those things, it's just wouldn't be a common in English. If you said it, I would instantly know what you meant. I could interpret your meaning. But talking about an object, saying it's about to be, it's about to be beyond repair. It's, I don't know. Wow, his car's a piece of junk. That thing is really on the ropes. It's a little unusual.
And what kind of difficult situation is implied here?
Oh, well, for example, it would be common to talk about if you're about to lose your job. That would be very, very common usage. Oh, yeah, his job is on the ropes. He's on the ropes at work. Yeah, that would be really common. Oh, their marriage is on the ropes. Ooh, that would be common. Yeah. My earlier example is companies on the ropes. That would be common. Their partnership is on the ropes. Yep. That would be
Our
common.
friendship is on the ropes.
Yep. That would.
It's like there is a danger of losing something.
Yes. Exactly. Very good. That's right. Exactly. So there's a danger of losing something. So that's why it's a little odd to talk about an object which is about to, not work anymore, whatever. Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you. Yeah, there's a danger of losing something very often. Okay. Ken, can you try the next one here? Oh, sorry, Ken. Quick hello to Zane. Welcome to the class.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I wonder how I can see the article on my computer.
Can you not see the screen share?
I can only see it when you are speaking.
Okay. You can if you scroll and you can click on me and it will stay on me. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Ken?
Okay.
Go ahead.
If you are in a difficult situation but you get out of it at the last minute, you can say saved by the belt.
Saved by the belt? No, not really.
Saved by the bell.
Bell. Yeah, there you go. Saved by the bell. This is a really, 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 really common idiom, at least for Americans. Any situation wherein maybe, for example, we're in class and I ask you a very difficult question. I put you on the spot for a very difficult question, and then it's the end of the class. Ding! The bell rings, for example. Saved by the bell. Just in time. Or
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell. Anytime you're in a difficult, perhaps if you answer, it may be you don't know the answer. It may be it's an embarrassing situation. Something of that nature. All right, someone is asking you about something personal you don't want to talk about, and suddenly your phone rings. Ooh, saved by the bell. Whew, that was close. Okay. All right, so that's the idea, and very common. It's common. It's not something you would say every day. It's common because under the particular circumstances where you would use this idiom, this is the idiom to use. There's no other real alternative.
Maybe it came from the boxing or
Oh yeah,
wrestling.
it sure did. It specifically comes from boxing, where one fighter is about to just be knocked out, and the bell rings. They have to stop fighting.
Okay.
So, yes, exactly. He was saved by the bell. Okay, last one here.
Okay. If you keep trying to do something but don't succeed and decide it's not worth continuing, you can throw in the belt.
Throw in the what?
In the belt.
Belt? No.
In the towel.
That towel, yes.
Yeah.
In the actual sport of boxing, this is a rule. If your manager throws the towel that's in the corner into the ring, that means you default. You quit. You lose.
Okay.
And that is an actual rule in boxing. So, in looking at it more abstractly, in real life, if you throw in the towel, you give up. You surrender. Yep, I throw in the towel. Forget it. I give up. Basically, throw in the towel. You give up. It's saying the same thing.
Can I say I'm tired of my life? I'm gonna throw in the towel. Yep.
That would imply that you're going to commit suicide. But yes, that actually makes perfect sense. But just so you know the implications of that. That would be very normal to say it exactly like that, but
why in the towel, not the towel? Why in?
Throw in the towel, because in the actual where this is derived from, you have to throw the towel inside the boxing ring.
Okay.
So it really is physically thrown inside or into the ring. So yeah, you throw in the towel. Yeah, it could be anything. I'm sick of fighting with my boss. I'm ready to throw in the towel. That would imply I'm quitting my job. I can't argue with my wife anymore. It's just every day arguing. I'm ready to throw in the towel. That would imply I'm going to get a divorce. I'm going to stop my marriage. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, school is too difficult. I can't keep up. I'm ready to throw in the towel. And ready to throw in the towel is a very common way to express this.
We have the exact idiom in Spanish, the same.
No kidding. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Related to a level playing field. Well, okay, that's on the list. A level playing field. Okay, these idioms have to do, most of them anyway, have to do with, well, there are all kinds of things, but many of them have to do with a place where you do sports. Let's just continue and see what we come up with. Nam.
Okay.
All right, read this first one, and you're going to choose from this list A through J up here to fill in the blank. Okay? Go ahead and read the whole thing. Oops.
Joining the European Union was supposed to guarantee a Uh, mm, a level playing field for us,
Mm-hmm.
but lower taxes in some continental countries still make it difficult for us to compete.
Excellent. Very good. You are 100% correct. A level playing field. This idiom is used a lot to talk about economies and economics. More often than anything else, by far. Okay, lots of people talk about a level playing field, meaning, of course, equal tariffs, import taxes, things of that nature. Um, a system where okay, lots of things in economics that can make different economies unequal. What? Nom.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah. Can you mute your microphone? I don't know what's going on over there in Vietnam today. With you guys. What are you guys doing over there? Okay. Anyway, thank you, Nom. There's a lot of weird noises and it sounds like I don't know. You're inside of a machine or something. I don't know. Anyway, a level playing field. Okay, you know, equal and unbiased opportunity. Okay, supposedly hiring practices to hire new employees in the United States is supposed to be a level playing field. Everyone has an equal chance, for example. Okay. Imagine playing soccer, football on a hill, where one goal is up the hill. Okay, well, level means flat. So, yeah, you know it's going to be a pain in the neck to play soccer, and you're trying to get a goal that is up a hill. It's going to be a little bit harder and not fair. That's the idea. Zane, speaking of
Okay.
football.
No.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Can you read number 2?
Okay. You've been saying Arsenal all season, but United are champions. It looks as if you um
Ooh.
uh, keep people on side this time.
No. This is a little confusing. Okay.
Touch
Well,
back the wrong horse.
oh, very good. You got it. Very good. Okay, the meaning of this, you've been saying Arsenal all season. You've been saying, it is implied here, it's not really said. You've been backing, you've been supporting, you've been rooting for Arsenal all season, but United are champs. So you're backing the wrong horse. If you back the wrong horse, you support the wrong side. So there you go. You can think, if you think about that more abstractly, if two countries are in a war, you want to back the right horse, and yes, you can hear it the opposite way, back the right horse. You don't want to back the wrong horse, or you know, you're thinking of making maybe you want to make an investment in Samsung or Apple. All right, if you invest in Samsung and they go out of business, but Apple stock doubles, you have backed the wrong horse, for example. Okay, you bet on the wrong horse, in other words.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right.
So it means it doesn't mean only investing. It's just like supporting, yeah.
Yeah, it could be supporting. Yeah, it's used Here they're talking, of course, about football in this example, and they use the idiom. So they're talking about supporting one football team. Yeah. So, yeah, could be supporting, but supporting one of two or more, possibly, that are competitors. So supporting the wrong competitor. Yeah.
Or investing. Yeah?
Sorry?
Like, or investing, like in the example with Apple, right?
Uh-huh. Or, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in that case, I'm supporting them. I'm supporting them financially by investing my money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alexandra, you're actually up next for the next one.
Hello, Dolly. I haven't seen you for a while, and I'm going to be in Cambridge on Thursday, so I thought I might look in and
So this
I'm
might be a
just
tough one.
guessing. I'm
Yeah.
just guessing.
You want a clue?
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might need a clue. Probably the only ones that Daniel might have a shot. Ken might have a shot. Why? Because it has to do with baseball. If you're not familiar with baseball,
Maybe touch base?
yeah, very good. Touch base. Because in baseball, when you run around the baseball diamond in order to score, which is the point, you just barely. All you have to do is barely touch the base. You just have to, but you have to touch the base, or you're out. But all you have to do is barely touch it. If you touch base in the idiomatic way, it means you just quickly, a very quick, hello, how are you, how have you been? So in this sentence here, the person's going to look in on Dolly. They're going to stop at Dolly's house and touch base, maybe catch up briefly, 10 minutes, something like that. Keep up to date. This idiom is used very commonly in business. All right, Alexandra, I need you to touch base with Daniel on the ABC project. Make sure you know where he is with that. All right, meaning you'll contact Daniel and he'll tell you a little bit about the project, and that's it. Very quick update.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is very common, actually, in business. Okay. Let's move on. Where'd Vu go? Vu's gone. Daniel.
Yeah.
Try number 4 here.
We can't just use one lawyer. It's can you scroll a little bit up here? Okay. It's heavyweight, no?
It's heavyweight. No.
Maybe horses for courses, no?
Yeah, actually. Okay. It's all right. I think that's the right answer. Yeah. Okay. What it fits anyway. It's horses for courses. So what does that mean, you think? They're talking about, if you read on, they need a specific lawyer to do contracts for employment and another specific lawyer to deal with European contract.
Yeah,
okay.
They need...
So a different horse for a different course. In other words. Okay. The
But can you
implication.
say, for example, it is too much work for one lawyer? No, it's more
That's not
easier.
really.
No,
The
no.
idea is they need a specialist.
Uh,
Um, you know, okay, in the news, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to this, but in the news just yesterday, there was a horse who was trying to win the Triple Crown. All right, the Triple Crown in American horse racing. It hasn't been won 3 races by the same horse in since Secretariat, since 1970 something. Why? Because horses for courses. A certain horse will run a certain course well and won't run another course as well. So you have specialists. Horses for courses idiomatically means basically specialists. So, I bet no one can tell me what are the 3 horse races that constitute the Triple Crown in American horse racing. Trivia. Does anybody know?
what's the price?
What's the prize? Well, if nobody knows, it's going to be $1 million.
Let me Google it.
Yeah, never mind. Out of town. Yeah, that would be the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. And anyway,
Are you a big fan of it?
no, but it is exciting because it's so rare. It is exciting when a horse wins the Triple Crown because it's only happened like 6 times ever in history. It's extremely rare. But it didn't happen again. Nam,
Maybe heavyweight.
heavyweight. It's heavyweight. It is heavyweight. See, that doesn't make sense because it is dog because of the sentence construction here. Maybe heavyweight can be a noun or an adjective. Someone who is a heavyweight really does amazing work. He's a heavyweight. He's a heavyweight lawyer. I can understand why you might think that. That would mean you might use that. We can't just use one lawyer unless he's a heavyweight. He would have to be a heavyweight, meaning really tough. So it's almost saying the opposite. Yeah.
Is it the same as overweight?
No, not at all. Overweight's not good. A heavyweight, okay, you're all right.
It's number 5, yeah?
Yeah, probably. As a matter of fact. Okay. All right. Getting ahead of us here, but okay. Ken. Number 5.
The BBC hopes to become a blank in digital television.
All right.
Pay
Become
for the course.
No. A blank. Okay, so you know the next.
Player.
Sorry?
A major player.
Ah, okay. Very good. A major player. But the problem is we have A.
Yeah.
Double A's. A major player. You're on the right track, though. Alexander just said it. Heavyweight. Yeah, okay. Which, Ken is not completely wrong. These are very similar meanings. A major player or a heavyweight. Quite similar meanings. All right, just because of to be grammatically correct, because we have an article already in the sentence, we know we have to use heavyweight. Yeah, they want to become a heavyweight in digital television, meaning that they want to be really big, really important. All right. He is a heavyweight in politics. He has a lot of power. He's really important. He's a heavyweight on the board of directors. All right. He has a lot of power. Most people listen to his decisions.
Can I say a top dog?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very similar.
Can I say it is he is a heavyweight wasting money? Or
Okay. Good question. All right. When it comes to wasting money, he's a heavyweight. Yeah. He's a top dog. He's a top dog at wasting money. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's possible, but I might say it more like this. He's a real champion at wasting money.
okay.
I would probably say something more along that lines. But interesting. Okay, Non.
Okay.
Try the next one here.
Arsenal and Manchester United are still at the top of the league with only 2 games to go.
Okay, they're still something at the top of the league.
I think keep moving for goals posts.
They still keep moving the goalposts? I hope not. Are still no, and we can't have it anyway because we already have an adverb. Are still keep moving.
Heavyweight.
No, we just had heavyweight.
Tied.
Yes, basically the idea is they're tied at the top of the league with only 2 games left. So which idiom expresses tied?
Neck and neck.
Yes, indeed. In a horse race, we describe horses that are tied as neck and neck. That is right. So, yes, you could obviously use this for any kind of race, any race at all. Foot race, horse race, ostrich race, whatever, car race. But you could also use it in other ways. For example, Bob and Doug are neck and neck, for the promotion coming up at the office. All right, they're neck and neck. They're even. They're tied. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are neck and neck in sales in my country. All right, they're tied, obviously. Okay. Nom. Number 7.
Head office told us we had to achieve an 8% increase. We do what they asked and guess what now they want 12%.
Okay, so they wanted 8%, now they want 12%. What are they doing? What do you think? They're doing an action. First they want 8%, and they want 12%. Next month they'll want 15%.
I think I keep moving in the goalpost.
Indeed, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And Nam, if you or anybody else in this class gets a job where they keep moving the goalposts, I have a one-word piece of advice for you. Quit! I have 2 words. Quit immediately. You will never be happy because they will make sure you are never happy. Yes.
Is it the same as raising the bar?
Yeah, it's very similar. Very good. If they keep raising the bar, and often we see keep in front of that expression as well. That yeah, they keep raising the bar. Exactly. However, they keep moving the goalpost. There is a slight difference. All right? Keep moving the goalpost is usually used for employees trying to reach a goal. All right? It can be used for other. They're moving the goal, the objective. It can be used for other things. If your parents say, well, we want you to go to college, and then they say, well, we want you to graduate college, and then your parents say, well, we want you to graduate college as a doctor. and then they say, we want you to graduate college with a master's degree in doctoral. Well, then your parents are moving the goalposts. They keep changing what the stated goal is. On the other hand, if you keep raising the bar, that can be actually a positive thing. Keep moving the goalposts, definitely negative, always negative. If you keep raising the bar, for example, if I say Apple iPads keep raising the bar, they keep improving their product, making it better and better and better, and making it hard for their competitors to compete with the quality of their product. I could say Apple keeps raising the bar, and that's a compliment. That's definitely good. Yeah. So keep raising the bar is often used to talk about raising quality, frankly. Yeah. It can be used to talk the same way as keep moving the goalposts. That's the difference. There's really two uses for the idiom keep raising the bar. That's the key. Okay, Zane.
The British, Americans, and the French are all in agreement. But in a situation like this, everyone knows how important it is to keep the Russians on side.
Keep the Russians. What? Keep the Russians. Yeah, but can't keep the Russians on side. Although that kind of makes sense.
Par for the course.
I guess that's right. I think you have to be right, actually. Keep the Russians people on side. This is weird because they broke their usual rules. Okay, they kind of broke their rules. That makes sense to me. So I keep the Russians on side, meaning, of course, have you ever played football, Zane?
No, I just watched it on TV.
Okay, but do you know the concept of offsides?
Yeah, offside.
Offsides, right? You get a penalty for that. You have to stay on sides. There's certain rules. You can't go past two men unless the ball has to go first. You can't wait downfield next to the goal while the defenders move upfield, in other words, or you're offsides. Okay, so if you're trying to keep someone on sides, you're trying to make sure that they don't cheat, frankly. Okay, they're not taking an unfair advantage. Yeah, they're not changing the level of the playing field, you might say. Okay. Keep them from doing something sneaky, tricky, or illegal. All right. That's the idea here. Okay. Alexandra, it's back to you again.
There is strong opposition to the policy from a number of politicians, including the former Prime Minister.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think they've I think they've tricked us here because they're not doing things grammatically correct, which they normally do when I use this book. Confusing me too. What do you think? Keeping that in mind. All right, the answer is grammatically correct here, but unfortunately we've already used the answer. Which,
Heavyweight?
yeah, right. So back when Ken's answer was he was probably right when he said a major player in digital television. And they tricked us by having A here. Yeah,
Oh.
heavyweight fits much better here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A number of heavyweight politicians, including the former prime minister. All right, yes. So they have a lot of power. Very common to talk about people with power and using the sort of idiomatic adjective heavyweight.
So what is the difference between the heavyweight and a major player?
Well, in some cases they can be used interchangeably. In some cases, not. Maybe I could change the sentence structure here. There's a strong opposition to the policy from a number of the major players, but I could never say the major player politician because players, politicians, which are you? Are you a player or a politician? Due to the sentence construction, I just can't really use it effectively here.
I see.
So easier to use an adjective. We obviously were confused in the one you did earlier, Ken. Hope to become a heavyweight in digital television. That actually fits fine. A major player in digital television, that fits fine as well. So sometimes interchangeable, sometimes not.
Right.
Let's do number 10.
Let's do number 10 before the class is over. Okay, Daniel.
Yep. I see Jeff off ill again. Well, so that isn't it? 2 Fridays every month on average. I don't know, suspicious, hypochondriac.
Hypochondriac. I like that. Okay.
I don't know which one.
Well,
A major player, huh?
now, well, that's okay. Well, that's typical, isn't it? Okay, typical. What idiom could I substitute? Well, that's typical, isn't it?
Typical.
I mean, normal behavior. It's something Jeff does all the time.
Par for the course?
Par for the course.
All right, par for the course. A golf idiom. If you there is a designated number of shots you're supposed to take for each hole when you play golf, and that is called par. And the entire 18 holes is the course. So par for the course, that's very normal. That is what the speaker considers as normal. Well, that's par for the course. 2 Fridays every month. Jeff's off ill. Always on Fridays. If you ever see this, always check this. As a manager, I can tell you, always check when the people are sick. If they're always sick on the same day of the week, there is something up there, and they're not really sick. Yeah.
Lee, could you please explain number 4 once again? We can continue on where it's horses for courses.
Well, first of all, you know what? I actually had never heard of this before preparing for this class. It must be very British. As an American, I've never heard anyone say this, but I could pretty easily discern what it means, simply because they're talking about specialists here, specialist lawyers. One to do our contracts, another specialist to deal with European contracts. So plus I know just a little bit about horse racing. So you would use this idiom to talk about specialists. All right, so I went to the doctor's and he says that he can't do the surgery on attaching my ligament. I have to I have to get a specialist to do the operation. Okay, someone the person I'm speaking to might say, well, horses for courses, you know. You need specialists. Just in agreement, for example. or in this case, it's horses for courses. Okay, it's logical we need, he's saying this, it's logical we need specialists.
For example, if I say Alexandra can't teach English, and you say horses for courses, no?
Yeah. Maybe because Alexandra is a teacher, but she doesn't specifically teach English. Then it would be very logical for me to say, well, you know, horses for courses. You know, that's not your specialty.
Which means it's not your specialty, or what?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly. Okay. I hope I answered the question in any case. I have to go. But never fear, I shall return in 1 minute here on Verbling, talking about some onomatopoeia. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me. And we'll see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.